I think it's gone well. Coach has a great plan of just how to get the guys off the ground. I think everybody shows up to training camp and you haven't done it. You haven't done football since the off season, and even that's sort of tailored back. So I think the plan to really glide into the first couple of days and get everybody acclimated again, and and be ready to ramp it up after a few days. I think it's gone great so far. Guys have retained a lot of information that we gave them in the off season, so our attendance in that really helped us. I feel like get off to a fast start, and happy with how it's gone so far.
Go ahead. You got it. No. Okay. Henley looks like he's going to have a lot of responsibility for you guys on defense. Can you talk about what you've seen from him so far in training camp, what he was able to carry over from OTAs?
Yeah, I think he's a guy that just athletically, talent-wise, feel like his sky's the limit for him with his physical skill set. He can run with anybody. He can cover. I'm excited to see him with pads on, which I haven't had the opportunity to see yet. But I think he came a long way in the offseason, being here and really diving in and learning. And once again, it's just allowed him to pick up at a fast pace, kind of going back through things for the third or fourth time, as an install. So happy with where he's at, and really just look forward to seeing him keep progressing at the rate he's at right now.
How good is it for him to have Denzel next to him, a guy who's been playing in the league for a long time to help him along the way?
Yeah, I think anytime you have guys that have just done it, that are veterans. They have a presence about them. They've been through some of the things that you're going through. They're able to talk to you, and at the same time, I think he's going to be a really good player for us too. So get to put him next to a veteran, a vocal guy, a guy with a lot of leadership qualities, and also a really good player. So I think it'll only help Daiyan out as he keeps getting better.
Just now that the campus is starting, how does it feel for you being back in the league? How much different is it from the last time you were here?
Honestly, just training camp right now feels about like training camp last year with Jim Harbaugh and how he goes about building a team. There's nobody better. There's nobody better in football at building a team than Jim Harbaugh. And so you're with him. You kind of know how it's going to go. You kind of know how practice is going to be designed. It's going to be designed for the players to have a chance to recover, to have a chance to get better. We're going to be physical. We're going to be tough. So it doesn't feel a ton different just because of that, but just certainly blessed for the opportunity to be here. Great facility, great organization, and really just look forward to the challenge that we're going to have going forward.
We've asked you about this before, but now that you're a couple days in, it's good to be back with Tony Jefferson. I know you guys were together before.
Yeah, Tony's a guy that's played a lot of football, played in this scheme, parts of our scheme, and so once again, just another guy that can help the young guys out. Has done it, has played at a high level throughout his career. But he's trying to. Didn't do a ton last, so he's trying to get himself back and get himself going. So really just look forward to that process. I think it's a great addition to the room in that regard of being a leader, being a guy that's done it. And, so look forward to just seeing how all that shakes out as we go through camp.
Coach, when it comes to veterans, what are you seeing out of Joey and Khalil right now?
Joey and Khalil are phenomenal players, first of all, phenomenal people, phenomenal guys to be around. And they're hungry, right? Like sometimes what happened maybe the year past, just as a team or as an individual, whether they've dealt with injuries or they missed time or they didn't have a great season as a team, they're hungry. They want to be really good, and there's a reason that they've played at the level that they've played at throughout their careers because of their drive, how good they want to be, how hard they work. So. Really, really happy with where they're at. Look forward to, once again, just continuing to progress them. I think the depth in that room will help both of those guys. And so really happy to add Bud and also have a couple ascending young player like Thule. So I'm really, really excited about that room, and in particular those guys kind of leading from the front.
When it comes to Derwin, is it the plan for him to just kind of do a little bit of everything?
I think that'll all sort itself out. Certainly try to teach our defense in ways that guys can move around to different positions, and really just do what they do best. So it's like some players have skill set, that's something they're really good at. and that they can really affect the game. He happens to have a lot of those, so I don't really want to pigeonhole him into, hey, he does this well. He does a lot of things well, and he's one of the best players in the NFL, and we are happy, lucky, blessed to have him be a leader of our defense and be a guy. And I just look forward to trying to, put him in the best position for him to be successful and to affect our defense in a positive way. So look forward to seeing how all that shakes out, using his versatility throughout the course of camp and throughout the course of the season.
Coach, for the defense, I know secondary is big for you guys. You talk about versatility with yourself and Coach Klinkskill. How would you assess early on the defense, specifically the secondary and the guys that are kind of coming in and out?
Yeah, I mean, it's the same idea. It's just trying to move people around, trying to have guys learn different positions, while also there's different tempos we're doing right now. We're trying to at times go get the ball, and at times you got to be really, really smart until we get into those real competitive practices. So I'm happy with where they're at right now. They got to continue to push, continue to work hard, but I think Zahn is a pretty proven commodity in this league. Really happy with him. Christian has played a lot of football, started a lot of games, and really just looking forward to where else it's at, particularly on the outside corner, nickel. Where's it at? I'm pleased with John, how he's doing right now, Jasir. So just look forward to those young guys, man. Just keep getting better, keep challenging. Show up every day and compete. So what's one of the hardest positions in the world is playing corner in the National Football League. So just those guys to every day show up, competitive mindset, be able to go from a bad play to a good play. Particularly the rookies, that's gonna happen. It's how can you bounce back? How can you be consistent? So, I'm happy with where they're at and look forward to them continuing to progress.
And how would you, I guess, assess? I know with no pads on now it's kind of hard, but how would you assess the play of them these first 3 days?
I would say it's good for what it is. It's we're going through install. The offense is going through install. You're sort of just kind of have a flavor of the day, so to speak, coverage-wise. So, I think they're doing well with what we're throwing at them, and they want to really go, and at times we're having to kind of rein them back from just taking care of each other, being a smart teammate. So I look forward to just as we continue to progress, seeing how they really challenge these receivers.
Sorry if you didn't ask about this, but just how far along are you in the install right now?
Well, we kind of start back over at camp, and so today was the third practice. We're right in the middle of it, So we're 3 days in. We've got a few different coverage variations in, some different things in the front, and we'll continue to add over the next 4, 5, 6 days each day to try to get the volume in, and then take a little break and kind of assess what I think we could be really good at, and then start to focus on that. So right now it's a little bit of everything, and we're just kind of seeing what clicks. I told the guys, we want to do what we're good at, and we might not be good at everything. We might be good at a couple things. We might be good enough that our versatility is what makes us good. So we'll kind of just see how it shakes out as we go. But just 3 days into the install right now, and happy with where we're at.
Just it seems like Bud has had a big impact on some of the edge rushers in terms of personality. Have you gotten any of that?
Bud, another guy, right? He's played a long time, has been really successful, and truthfully, there's organizations that defensively have a reputation, and he was drafted into one that just about every year they're good on defense, and you turn on their tape and you feel how they play, So we want him to bring a little bit of that edge and talk to the guys about why it was like that there, and how can we're trying to build that here. So really happy with the addition of Bud. I think he's gonna, enjoy playing in our scheme. I think he enjoys being around the other really good players in that room, and I just look forward to seeing those guys work together and all be productive for us.
And Christian, have they separated themselves in the group?
It's hard to say. I think right now it's they've played a lot of football, and they pick things up really well because of their background, and they've played in some different schemes, and they were here all off season. So really happy with where they're at, and I think everybody has to show up every day and try to continue to prove themselves, continue to earn their job. So, I'd put them in that category, but really, really like where they're at.